The mysteries of the ocean are a place where our understanding often falls short. Even after years of study, most of underwater puzzles are still unsolved. Scientists dive deep for answers, but their discoveries often lead to more questions, showing us that some ocean secrets may never be fully understood. So, instead of seeking explanations, perhaps we should appreciate the wonder that comes with these mysteries. The Baltic Sea. The Baltic Sea anomaly was discovered in 2011 by a team of Swedish treasure hunters called the Ocean X Team. They were searching for shipwrecks in the northern Baltic Sea when they stumbled upon an unusual object lying about 300 feet, 90 meters, below the surface. The object is roughly 200 feet, 60 meters wide, with a circular shape and strange, straight lines that give it an almost man-made appearance. Some have even compared it to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars due to its unusual shape. This discovery quickly sparked widespread speculation and debate. Attempts to study the anomaly more closely have been challenging due to its location in cold, dark waters and the thick layer of sediment that covers much of it. Although many scientists lean toward the idea that the Baltic Sea anomaly is a natural formation, but still, its precise nature remains a mystery. Oceanic ridges and hydrothermal vents. These underwater landscapes are among the most mysterious and awe-inspiring places in the ocean, full of discovery and wonder. They are formed by tectonic plates slowly moving apart, creating new oceanic crust as molten rock rises from beneath the Earth's surface. Hydrothermal vents are found along these ridges, where cracks in the Earth's crust allow seawater to seep down and come into contact with hot magma. The water is heated to extreme temperatures, sometimes over 700 degrees Fahrenheit, and becomes enriched with minerals from the surrounding rocks. When this superheated water gushes back out of the vents, it cools rapidly, causing the minerals to precipitate and form towering chimneys that can reach heights of over 60 feet. Scientists have discovered a variety of strange and fascinating creatures living in these environments that can convert the chemicals from the vents into energy. Black Sea. Thousands of years ago, the area around the Black Sea was thought to be a thriving region, with many communities living along its shores. It is believed that a massive flood, possibly connected to the melting of glaciers at the end of the last ice age, caused the sea level to rise dramatically, submerging these ancient settlements. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, underwater explorers discovered the remains of what appear to be man-made structures deep beneath the Black Sea. These ruins include walls, buildings, and other artifacts that suggest a once flourishing civilization was suddenly submerged and lost to history. The ruins are remarkably well preserved, thanks to the Black Sea's deep, oxygen-poor waters, which slow down the process of decay. This has allowed archaeologists to study the ruins and artifacts in great detail, offering a rare glimpse into a world that vanished thousands of years ago. While much is still unknown about the Black Sea underwater ruins, they continue to be a source of wonder and curiosity. Frobisher Bay Underwater City. The bay is named after Martin Frobisher, an English explorer who, in the late 16th century, led expeditions to the area in search of the Northwest Passage. During his voyages, Frobisher and his crew discovered strange ruins and artifacts on the islands around the bay, leading to rumors that an ancient city might be submerged beneath the icy waters. The idea of an underwater city in Frobisher Bay is mostly rooted in legend and speculation. Due to lack of concrete evidence, the story of the Frobisher Bay underwater city has intrigued many. The challenging environment of the Arctic makes exploration difficult, and the mystery remains largely unexplored. Pyramids of Yonaguni. The Yonaguni Monument, often referred to as the Pyramids of Yonaguni, is located near Yonaguni Island, the southernmost of the Ryukyu Islands in Japan. It was discovered in 1986 by a local diver who stumbled upon the massive stone structure while exploring the seabed. The monument is made up of large, flat stone formations that resemble steps, terraces, and even what looks like a pyramid, leading some to believe it could be the remains of an ancient, sunken city. The biggest question surrounding the Yonaguni Monument is whether it is a natural formation or a man-made structure. Some scientists argue that the sharp angles and flat surfaces could have been created by natural geological processes, such as earthquakes or the gradual erosion of the rock. However, others believe that the precise shapes and the overall layout suggest that it was carved by human hands, possibly by an ancient civilization that existed thousands of years ago. Even after years of study, no definitive conclusion has been reached, and the mystery of the Yonaguni Monument remains. Gloomy Cave is a name given to several different caves around the world, each known for its dark atmosphere and unsettling reputation. These caves are often described as places where the sunlight barely reaches, and the interiors are filled with strange rock formations, underground rivers, and deep shadowy chambers that seem to go on forever. What makes Gloomy Cave particularly eerie is the sense of mystery that surrounds it. Some caves with this name have legends of being haunted or cursed, with stories of people entering and never returning, or of hearing strange noises that can't be explained. These tales have been passed down through generations, adding to the cave's reputation as a place to be feared and respected. Gloomy Cave is undeniable evidence that the natural world is full of mystery. Bimini Road. The Bimini Road is located near North Bimini Island in the Bahamas, and it consists of a series of large, flat limestone blocks that stretch in a straight line for about half a mile. The stones are laid out in a way that resembles a road or a wall, leading some people to believe it might be the remains of an ancient civilization. One of the most intriguing ideas is that the Bimini Road could be part of the lost city of Atlantis, the legendary civilization that, according to ancient stories, sank into the ocean thousands of years ago. Scientists believe that the Bimini Road is a natural formation, created by the action of waves and the movement of the Earth's crust over time. They argue that the stones could have naturally fractured and settled into their current pattern, making them look like they were purposefully arranged. But these are just guesses, and the truth is the mystery of the Bimini Road remains unsolved, drawing divers, explorers, and researchers who are eager to uncover its secrets. The Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench is located in the western Pacific Ocean, east of the Philippines and south of Japan. It stretches for about 1,550 miles and reaches a depth of nearly 36,000 feet, known as the Challenger Deep. To give you an idea of how deep that is, if you were to drop Mount Everest into the trench, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater. Exploring the Mariana Trench is a significant challenge due to its depth and the harsh conditions. Only a few manned missions have ventured into the trench, the most famous being in 1960, when the U.S. Navy's Bathyscaphe Trieste reached the Challenger Deep. Another notable dive occurred in 2012 when filmmaker James Cameron made a solo descent to the bottom in a specially designed submersible. Scientists continue to study this deep, dark world, hoping to learn more about the unique life forms in the trench, like giant amoebas, bioluminescent jellyfish, and bizarre-looking fish that can survive in this dark, high-pressure world. Because the pressure in trench is more than 1,000 times greater than at sea level, and temperature is just above freezing. All these studies don't reach any conclusion. Until now, the Mariana Trench is unexplored and mysterious. Devil's Sea. The Devil's Sea is located in the Pacific Ocean, near Japan, and has been compared to the Bermuda Triangle because of the many ships and planes that have reportedly vanished there. For generations, Japanese sailors have shared stories of sudden storms, strange lights, and other eerie occurrences in this part of the ocean. One of the most famous incidents in the Dragon's Triangle involves a Japanese research vessel called the Kaiyo Maru No. 5 *. In 1952, this ship and its crew of 31 people disappeared while exploring the area, and they were never found. This event only deepened the mystery surrounding the Devil's Sea. Scientists have suggested that natural causes, like underwater volcanoes, might be responsible for some of the strange events. These volcanoes can erupt suddenly, creating huge waves or violent storms that could easily sink ships. Others think that magnetic anomalies, which can cause navigational instruments to malfunction, might be to blame for ships getting lost. Despite these scientific explanations, The Devil's Sea remains a place of mystery and legend, and it continues to captivate the imagination of those who hear its stories. Lake Vostok, one of the most mysterious lakes on the planet, is buried under more than 2 miles of ice, making it completely isolated from the outside world for millions of years. It's one of the largest subglacial lakes on Earth, roughly the size of Lake Ontario. Because it has been sealed off for so long, scientists believe that the water in Lake Vostok might contain ancient, unknown forms of life that have adapted to survive in this extreme environment. Discovering and studying Lake Vostok is a huge challenge. The thick ice acts like a protective shield, and drilling down to the lake without contaminating it is incredibly difficult. In 2012, Russian scientists successfully drilled into the lake, and they found water samples that showed signs of life, possibly unique microorganisms that have never been seen before. Some scientists think it could hold secrets about life on Earth and even provide clues about the possibility of life on other icy worlds, like Jupiter's moon, Europa. But these are assumptions, and Lake Vostok remains one of the most fascinating and mysterious places on Earth. Lost City of Atlantis. The story of Atlantis comes from the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, who wrote about it over 2,000 years ago. According to Plato, Atlantis was a powerful and wealthy civilization located on a large island beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which we now know as the Strait of Gibraltar. The people of Atlantis were said to be highly advanced, with impressive architecture, advanced engineering, and a vast empire that stretched across much of the known world. But, according to the legend, Atlantis was also a civilization that became greedy and corrupt. As a punishment from the gods, the entire island was struck by earthquakes and massive floods, sinking it beneath the ocean in a single day and night. Since then, people have been captivated by the idea of Atlantis, wondering if it ever really existed or if it was just a story. Over the centuries, explorers and scholars have searched for the lost city of Atlantis, hoping to find evidence of its existence. Easter Island, underwater. Moai, most of us are aware from Easter Island, located in the Pacific Ocean. It's famous for its nearly 900 Moai statues, which were carved by the Rapa Nui people hundreds of years ago. These statues, with their large heads and solemn expressions, are a symbol of the island's mysterious past. But some legends and stories suggest that there might be even more Moai hidden underwater, just off the island's coast. The idea of underwater Moai has sparked the imagination of many, leading to searches and explorations around the island. While some divers have claimed to see what they believe are submerged statues, no solid evidence has been found to confirm the existence of underwater Moai. Most scientists think that the stories are more myth than reality, possibly inspired by the dramatic history of the island, where the land itself has been shaped by volcanic activity and erosion. The concept of underwater Moai intrigues locals and visitors to Easter Island. It adds another layer of mystery to a place already rich with ancient history and unanswered questions. Cenote Angelita. Cenote Angelita is a natural sinkhole, or cenote, filled with both fresh and salt water. What makes it so extraordinary is the phenomenon that occurs deep within the cenote, at around 100 feet below the surface. Here, a thick layer of hydrogen sulfide separates the fresh water above from the salt water below, creating the illusion of a flowing river under the water. The river is actually a dense cloud of hydrogen sulfide gas, which, when seen through the clear water, looks like a river with trees and fallen leaves scattered across its banks. The experience of diving in Cenote Angelita is otherworldly. As you descend through the fresh water, the visibility is incredible, and the surrounding environment is peaceful and serene. But when you reach the hydrogen sulfide layer, the atmosphere changes dramatically. The water becomes murky, and the eerie river appears, giving divers the sensation of floating above a landscape from another planet. The mystery and beauty of Cenote Angelita make it a place of fascination and wonder, reminding us of the strange and magical phenomena that nature can create. Sargasso Sea. The sea is named after the sargassum seaweed that floats on its surface, forming dense patches that can stretch for miles. These floating mats of seaweed provide a habitat for a wide variety of marine life, from tiny shrimp and fish to larger creatures like sea turtles and eels. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Sargasso Sea is its role as a nursery for young marine animals. Many species, including eels and certain types of fish, use the Sargasso Sea as a breeding ground. The calm waters and abundant seaweed offer a safe haven for their young, providing food and shelter until they are ready to venture out into the open ocean. The Sargasso Sea is also steeped in mystery and legend. For centuries, sailors have reported strange phenomena in this part of the ocean, such as ships becoming trapped in the thick seaweed or mysteriously vanishing. These stories have contributed to the sea's reputation as a place of eerie calm and hidden dangers. The KT boundary. The KT boundary is found all around the world, in rock layers that are about 66 million years old. It marks the moment when the dinosaurs, along with many other species, suddenly went extinct. The scientists' findings within KT boundary makes it so important. The layer contains a high concentration of a rare metal called iridium, which is not commonly found on Earth, but is abundant in asteroids. This discovery led to the theory that a massive asteroid about 6 miles wide struck the Earth at that time, causing catastrophic changes to the environment. The impact would have triggered wildfires, tsunamis, and a nuclear winter effect, where dust and debris blocked out sunlight, leading to the collapse of ecosystems and the mass extinction of species, including the dinosaurs. In addition to iridium, the KT boundary also contains tiny, glassy particles called tektites, which are formed by the intense heat and pressure of an asteroid impact. These particles provide further evidence of the devastating event that occurred. Ningaloo Reef. What makes Ningaloo unique is that it's one of the few coral reefs in the world located so close to the shore, making it easily accessible for visitors who want to explore its underwater wonders. The reef is home to a dazzling array of marine life. You can swim among more than 500 species of fish, 300 species of coral, and various sea turtles, rays, and even the occasional dolphin. One of the most exciting experiences at Ningaloo Reef is the chance to swim with the majestic whale sharks, the largest fish in the ocean, which visit the reef every year between March and July. These gentle giants are a big draw for tourists and marine enthusiasts alike. Rivers of the deep sea. These underwater rivers, also known as brine pools or deep-sea channels, are not made of fresh water like the rivers on land. Instead, they are formed by extremely salty water called brine, which is much denser than the surrounding seawater. This dense brine sinks to the ocean floor and flows along the seabed, carving out channels and pools just like rivers do on land. The boundaries between the brine and the regular seawater are often so distinct that it looks like a river or lake within the ocean. One of the most famous examples of these deep-sea rivers is found in the Gulf of Mexico, where brine pools create eerie underwater landscapes. These brine pools are often surrounded by strange life forms, including giant tube worms, mussels, and crabs that have adapted to the harsh conditions of these environments. The high salt content and the presence of toxic chemicals like methane and hydrogen sulfide make these rivers inhospitable to most marine life. But some creatures thrive there, making these deep-sea rivers some of the most unique ecosystems on Earth. Scientists are still studying these phenomena to understand how they form, how they affect the surrounding environment, and what secrets they might hold about the history of our planet. The Bermuda Triangle. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle started getting attention in the mid-20th century, with people claiming that this area was cursed or controlled by supernatural forces. The term Bermuda Triangle was first used by a writer named Vincent Gaddis in 1964. Over the years, stories of lost ships, planes, and even entire crews have fueled the legend. Scientists believe that the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle can be explained by natural causes, and they agree that the Bermuda Triangle is no more dangerous than any other part of the ocean. However, the Bermuda Triangle remains a popular subject in books, movies, and conspiracy theories, capturing the imagination of people all over the world. While much of the mystery has been debunked, the idea of an unexplained force in the ocean continues to intrigue and fascinate many. The Great Blue Hole. This natural wonder was formed thousands of years ago, during the last ice age, when sea levels were much lower. As the ocean began to rise, the cave system that once existed there collapsed, creating the sinkhole we see today. The walls of the hole are lined with giant stalactites and stalagmites, evidence of its ancient past as a dry cave. The deeper you go, the darker and cooler the water becomes, and the environment changes from the vibrant colors of coral reefs to a more eerie, quiet landscape. Many divers are drawn to the challenge and mystery of descending into the hole's depths, where few have ventured. The most compelling aspect of the Great Blue Hole is its sense of mystery. While scientists have studied it extensively, there are still many unknowns, particularly in the deepest parts, where only the most experienced divers can reach. The ocean's mysteries is evidence that some questions may never have clear answers. The unknown can be unsettling, but it's also what makes these places so captivating. Instead of fearing what we don't understand, let's embrace the curiosity and wonder that the ocean's depths inspire. In a previous video, we explored the scientific explanations behind the Earth's most mysterious places. You can check it out by clicking on the end screen. If you enjoyed this video, please share it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe